Hey there, in this sewing tutorial, I'm going to show you how to make your dog a DIY dog harness. So go ahead and download the free printable pattern, size small for your dog, and you can just go ahead and sew along with me. The dog harness has velcro closures and it also has a D-ring on top for attaching your dog leash. Once you download the free printable pattern, and again, the link is in the description of the video here, you will tape it together pages 1 to 4 just like this. If you need another size, because the small fits dogs from 6 to 10 pounds, I do offer you other sizes, the extra small, medium, and large. And you can find those in a separate link, again, in the description of this video below. Also, remember, at Let's Make It Academy, the video tutorial is your instructions or directions for the sewing project we're making. So when you purchase the course, there are no written directions, but there are resources in the course for materials, a tutorial link, as well as other pattern information that does help you along. Gone ahead and printed and taped together my small size pattern, and I taped them 1, 2, 3, 4 right next to each other. You're going to match up these circles here. Don't worry if you left your margin in. You know you printed at the correct size if your little ruler up here matches and lines up with a regular ruler. So don't worry about your margins if it's like mine and you forgot to remove them. So now, using paper shears, I'm going to go ahead and cut out my paper pattern. Please remember, it doesn't matter which size you're making, the directions are all the same. Okay, so my dog is going to be bold and bright walking down my street as I walk her. And this is a vintage fabric that is, I believe, a little polyester and cotton mix, but I'm not so sure. Anyhow, I'm going to fold them right sides together. And I'm going to take the pattern and pin it down. You don't have to use straight pins. You could even use paper weights, whatever it is that you prefer, and however you would like to pin down and hold your pattern. So for the harness body, it tells me to cut 2 out, and that is exactly what I'm doing with my fabrics folded right sides together. I'm going to cut once and get 2 pieces of the harness body pattern. And of course, I am using my fabric shears, not my paper shears, for a clean cut. Now, if you are making a large or extra large dog harness, you are going to have to cut your body harness pieces on a fold. So you're going to fold your fabric, and on the top there where the fold is, you're going to place your pattern exactly where the fold line arrows are pointing, like this. Pin it down and cut out this way. Then when you unpin, you will have a symmetrical pattern. I have cut out the 2 harness body pieces right here. And I've also gone ahead off camera and cut out my D-ring strap, as well as my Velcro pieces. I just wanted to mention, if you're using an adhesive with your Velcro pieces, make sure you clean your sewing machine needle with rubbing alcohol after. So this strap goes at the top of the dog harness, and we're going to be using our 1-inch D-ring. So I'm going to show you how to make this, and it requires a little pressing with your iron. So this doesn't have a wrong or right side, but if you do have a printed fabric, make sure the wrong side is looking up at you. And I'm going to fold over about 1/4 of an inch hem at the top and at the bottom. After those hems are pressed, I'm going to fold it in half and give it another press. After I'm done with the pressing, I'm going to take one of these pattern pieces, and on the right side, I'm going to lay it down because they're the same. Well, actually, one strap is larger than the other because that's the bottom, and the other skinnier ones are the top. But we'll get to that later. I'm going to place it and eyeball it in the center there. And then I'm going to pin it in place. And before I pin the other end, I'm just going to slide the D-ring right on there and get it somewhere in the center of my strap. Next on the sewing machine, I'm going to sew down from the very top here. You don't need to backstitch, you can if you want, down, and then I'm going to cross over and the same way up this way. And the same thing on the opposite side. I'm not going to get really close to the D-ring. I'm going to leave a little space there. Same here. I'm going to go 3 or 4 or maybe 3 times near the D-ring just to ensure and make it a very strong hold. So here's what I'm talking about. Once I pivot, I'm going to sew forward, backwards, and forward again. So 3 times over just to ensure that D-ring, when it pulls, it's a really strong hold right near it. And then I'm going to continue top stitching the rest of the strap on. So I was testing a new thread and it didn't come out so neat, but I'm leaving it in, showing you that I make mistakes too, and I'm not perfect. So my sewing is not perfect here. I'm leaving it. And I did use a dark color for the purpose of you seeing it and also it matching the background of this bold pattern. With the D-ring and strap sewn in place, what I'm going to do now is take the other piece of pattern and right sides together. I am going to line them up and pin them together. Now that I'm all pinned together and my patterns line up, I'm going to use my chalk marker to leave or make markings to leave my opening up at the top here. Well, actually that's the bottom of the harness, but you know what I mean. So I'm going to backstitch at one opening, work my way around using a 1/4 of an inch seam allowance until I make it all the way back to the other opening and I backstitch right there. So we sew around, leaving the opening right there. Before I flip this around through the opening, I'm going to take my fabric shears, and in the rounded parts here, I'm going to cut little snips so when I flip it around, it turns much smoother without any jagged edges. And on the other curves, what I'm going to do is cut notches, and I'll show you exactly how to do that. This is where I'm cutting notches on all 4 of the curves, and I just grab the fabric cutting, making sure I do not cut the actual sewing line or the seam. And now I flip it around, and I like to have my chopstick always handy just to help me get all of the arms pushed out all the way. And now pressing out the seams, I'm going to give this whole thing a press so it is as flat as possible, so I can go back to my sewing machine and do a nice edge stitch. And where I left the opening, I'm going to take extra care to flip both sides in about 1/4 of an inch on each side, press it so it stays still, and I'll even pin it because I want to make sure those raw edges are turned in. Okay, I am ready. I'm going to go back over to the sewing machine, and I'm going to edge stitch around this entire dog harness until I meet where I began, and there I will give it a quick back stitch. It's always a good idea to give your sewing projects a good press. Okay, now for the last step with my Velcro pieces, the male pieces, so the ones that are scratchier and make noise, we are going to pin those down on the left side of the harness, on the right side of the left side of the harness, just like I'm doing here. So this is the male Velcro pieces, meaning the ones that make noise when you kind of run your finger over them. So I'm going to pin this in place, and the same thing for the bottom arm. Once those are pinned in place, because we close the harness this way, what we're going to do on the right side here is we are going to flip over the dog harness, and now we are going to use the female velcro, or the softer side of the velcro, on the inside of the harness, and we're going to pin that right in place. And for the last step, I'm just going to sew around all of the 4 velcro pieces to sew them in place. If you have velcro sticking out like this, go ahead and trim it off so that you can have a gorgeous looking DIY dog harness. And that is it. Those few sewing steps, and you have your own dog harness that you've created for your dogs. I really hope you enjoyed this video tutorial on how to sew an amazing accessory for your dog. So if you really love creating things for your dog or dogs, go ahead and check out my other video tutorials right up here on the screen. Thanks so much for watching.